Oh wow, this is really, really dark. I probably need to turn the light on. Hello. I just felt like not answering millions of everybody's comments that I've realized recently that people have been watching videos and commenting all this time that I haven't been making videos. So a lot of people have asked if I'm going to make new videos, when I'm going to be back and making videos. People have made requests for particular things they wanted me to do videos about. So I thought I would give you guys at least this update and let you know that I'm going to be starting to do videos again. I am still going through the process of the whole legal process of divorce, which is taking a very, very long time. It's been 2 years since we moved. And I took on the advice of my attorney not to upload videos, but it's been a long time. And for me, making videos and having a support system, at least somewhere online or elsewhere, is really important. And for me, making YouTube has been really a huge instrumental part in my growth as a person, in being able to get my strength to be able to finally get out of the relationship I was in and overcome all of the things that I had to uncover about it as I was getting out. And this has been a long process. So I miss making videos, and so I'm not sure that I'm going to be doing a lot of the same teaching content, because that would require a lot of. I really put a lot into the videos that I made on this channel. I would really study myself and then share whatever I had learned and studied. So I had put a lot of academic stuff into that, and I don't really have the ability to do that at this point in time. But on my downtime, since I've not been making videos, I have taken up some different areas of interest. I've been exploring kind of like the paranormal hauntings of Massachusetts, and it led me to some discoveries locally. So I started to research some stuff here in my town, and I'm really shocked and surprised at some of what I uncovered. And I didn't intend to uncover everything that I did, but you know how one thing leads to another. I had initially just wanted to help, like, change the perspective on our town logo, because we have a Native American logo. We're the warriors, and it shows like a full headdress, Native American, and some people wanted to get rid of the logo altogether, and I thought that's horrible, because our town was literally, we purchased it from the natives here, and it wasn't renamed until the late 1800s, even though our town, I guess, was settled around 16 something. It's one of the oldest Puritan towns. In fact, some of the people here were tried in the Salem witch trials. We have some of the oldest gravestones in the New England area. And so a lot of the history that I was easily uncovered led me to find out more things that were less easy to find. So I don't want to spoil anything, but I found a lot of artifacts from Native American, which was my initial intent, because I wanted to preserve rather than to cover over the history that had been hundreds and hundreds, thousands probably of years, of natives that would travel around this area between our lake and the Saugus River, It's really rich culture. There's several tribes of Native Americans that I know, um, which lived here, and they had permanent dwellings as well. It wasn't just nomadic at all. In fact, they had established the other types of homes where it was like an rectangular shaped home, and they had like a bunch of people in there, and they would have like a fire where they worked around, and really intricate, detailed life, and they planted and everything. So some of what we tend to hear in school, or that we think of natives as just being very migrant, was not always true, especially in the New England area. Many of the tribes here were had permanent residences and farms and all of that. So that's some of it, and I found so many things, artifacts that I guess I don't know if I'm just it's just my spiritual eye, along with my regular sight, or if I'm just witchy inclined. But I have such a huge collection now of like just stones, carved stones, arrowheads, tools, like all kinds of stuff. I couldn't believe how many things, like I just, without even looking, I just find them everywhere now. And part of that, I believe, is I'm being led to, finding my own strength, my own history, my own owning the past, the present, and the future of who we are. And part of that needs to be in uncovering the whole story of who we are and where we come from and all of that. And so I think a lot of the world is doing that. There's powwows happening all over, where the native peoples are trying to regain their history, their language, their culture, which a lot of it had been really tried to be wiped out, because initially, I guess the people settling here thought that it was a threat, which, everybody has a right to have a story and a heritage and a language and a culture, and to honor that. And I think the world is really starting to begin to do that. People are researching their heritage with DNA testing. People are finding out where their ancestors came from, and I think that that's so amazing. It really unlocks a lot of who we are, and it explains, like, when we find out where our ancestors came from, where they traveled, how they got to be here. It's really interesting, and it sometimes it unlocks like certain things, like about who you are, like you know like I'm a very water oriented. I love fish and all that. I guess genetically, my ancestors come from the Scandinavian ocean areas, like the way up in, I guess it's like St. Joseph's Land, like those islands way up in the freezing cold waters. So, and they're all like ocean dwelling people. So I guess they boated and fished and all of those kinds of things. So I guess, and that might be why I tend to be on the survival side. I gain weight easily, and I'm a survivor for sure when it comes to survival of the fittest. Those Viking peoples, I guess, is in me. So another part of the content I was thinking of incorporating was some explorations into nighttime. I mean, I since I moved back to my hometown, and I uncovered some of like what I found out about the past. I uncovered some haunted areas that definitely have really creepy histories to them, and if you visit them, you can definitely feel the vibe of whatever's going on in there. And but I don't know that I can do anything like some of the YouTube channels I've seen, like who do abandoned mansion like exploring, and I know that that's like, again, technically it's against the law to enter and go in there without permission, and I don't know that I'd be able to do anything like inside of any places um, without getting in serious trouble. But if I do anything close to what I'd like to do, I probably would need to get at least one or two people to help me with it. Um, but I have gone to some of the places at night. I just haven't gone inside or anything. But there's a bunch of places that, make really interesting videos, I think. And I've started to explore into a little bit of EVP and using some of the devices that I never really dabbled in until recently. And I'm kind of getting the hang of it. It's a little bit hard to get used to at first, like the white noise ones where you go through the radio channels. But one particular night, I definitely could hear what they were saying, and there was two definite spirits, one female and one male, talking to me, and I did verify that what they said was accurate. So it was very interesting. Um, let's see what else. But yeah, I like to change up a little bit of my content. Maybe do some just to add some different things, different elements. Maybe I'll do like weekly something, weekly. You guys pick the topic or something like that. But yeah, I miss doing videos. I miss interacting with you guys. I know a lot of people like new have found my channel, and so it's kind of sad that all they have is my old videos, and I'm not. So I think it'll be good for me, and hopefully you guys will benefit and enjoy having some content to be new and updated in this terrible times of coronavirus and things being closed and there being nothing to do. It's so weird. Like in the beginning, I kept forgetting like that certain things were not available. I'd be like, let's go to the movies. Oh yeah, there are no movies. Like, and things like that. But yeah, it's I don't know. In the beginning, I felt kind of good about it because I felt like we are not the down and out weird, like not normal people. I felt like it kind of made us blend in a little bit better. Being the, recently moved, recently gone from a house to this tiny little apartment space where I'm sharing a room with my teenage daughter. So, yeah, that was kind of really took a lot of getting used to. We're kind of in a little bit of a groove right now, but um, yeah, right now it's tough because some of those government offices have messed some things up for me, and I don't know how or why, but somehow my food stamps got cut to $6 a month. Yeah, so basically myself and my two children, we each get $2 a month for food. So we get like a drink each, and that's it. I'm appealing it, but it's taking quite a while. So right now our food is coming from food pantry, which I love. I'm very grateful for what we get. We get really good stuff. It's hit or miss, but I've gotten like really amazing, like nice thick haddock, and like real top notch steak tips and things like that. So I mean, the things that we get, if I'm careful and selective, is really amazing, and it's really a blessing. I also, last time we went, I was blessed with some, a lady had some fabric and made uh, cloth masks. And I have a really small nose, so like a lot of the typical, like one size fits everybody masks tend to fall off my face. So these were a huge blessing because they're really shaped and they do stay on my face. I think they're kind of made for kids, maybe, but Anyway, it was a blessing because now, because people, when I go out in public, my mask always falls down and it's just not good. So, and yeah, so I have to apply for the fuel assistance and for the winter, but right now the big problem is my Verizon because that's our cable, phone, and internet, and right now that is shut off. So I don't know how I'm getting even Wi-Fi, but somehow I'm still getting it. I think there's just so much Wi-Fi in the air that it just works. But so well, I don't know. I have been on live for 15 minutes now. It is 3 in the morning. So yes, I go through periods of where I have fatigue because I am severely anemic, and it's just been a huge problem because I haven't been able to get it really under control permanently. It'll like get a little bit better and then it just gets bad again. So, and I also have B12 and D deficiency. So that's, I guess, one of the worst things is a D deficiency. So if you get COVID and you have a vitamin D deficiency, you're pretty much like done for, I guess. That's at least what my doctor said. He said that's one of the worst things you want to have if you get the coronavirus. So, anyhow, but I really only go out to get groceries and once in a while take a walk. But you guys know me, it's probably 3 in the morning when I do take a walk, so I'm not coming in contact with anybody. At least not humans. Actually, there is no animals either. Strangely, my first year and a half or so here, I was going out every evening, pretty much between the hours of midnight and dawn. And I would see raccoons, skunks, possums, all kinds of creatures everywhere, all night long, like constantly in contact. I mean, just, and I knew eventually where to go to find them. So I was like just always in my element of animal uh, hunting, not hunting, but you know what I'm saying, just fellowshipping with the animals of the night. And this whole year, from all the way from the springtime through now, I have not seen one single raccoon, not one single possum, not one single skunk. Everything has vanished, like literally. I've hunted, and it started to really bother me to the point where I was like, this can't be possible. There has to, like, where did they go? So I started really actively searching to see if I could find like any like sign of any of these creatures anywhere, like a nest, evidence of anything. And so far, nothing. It's really bizarre. It's a very strange, odd year. And I mean, there are birds that I can say there's birds, a lot of birds, but the birds are nesting at weird off-season times. Like they're building nests now out in the bushes out in my driveway. It's just really weird. Everything seems to be just off kilter. The whole ecosystem is just really weird, and I'm very sensitive to that because you know, anybody who has the empathic type of, you know, feeling your environment, you guys know what I mean. Like if anything's off, like the birds are waking up in the middle of the night, then I'm probably also waking up at weird hours. It's like something in the biological rhythms of the planet. And apparently I'm very tuned into that. I remember being a little kid, I was like, I know I was like less than 4, and I guess I asked my mom if was there an earthquake, and she just said we don't have earthquakes here, like we don't, there's nothing, we don't have that around here. But then they announced on the news there was some kind of we had a minor earthquake, and apparently, me as a little kid, I sensed it somehow, and nobody else felt anything. But I guess I've always had that little connection with the planet rhythms or whatever. And there is a lot of science that science is now catching up to my weird studies. When I was in college, I had these, theories that I connected the hormones of mother-child bonding, and I did some studies into it. Like when I had to do studies for my psychology, and I had to like conduct my own studies for research. I did some interesting ones on the bonding between like a partner, like a mate, and how co-sleeping, just being in the same, you don't even have to be asleep, but the rhythms that go with like your sleeping and waking cycles, it's the same hormones that are used to bond a mother and child. Those same hormones are secreted um, between, a partner, and the co-sleeping releases those hormones. And apparently throughout the day, that rhythm, the biological rhythm that I guess connects all things really, but your sleep wake cycle particularly is matched and still in tuned with your mate throughout the day when you're even not together. And it was really interesting because I had, it was my own particular interest, and the way it came out was really surprising. And now there's many studies on that kind of thing, and it's been definitely studied to death now and proven, how our biology, our hormones can affect our behavior in ways that we would never even, we don't think of, because it's very subconsciously done, I guess. But it's really interesting because once you realize and you understand it, you can really use it in ways that can help you a lot to be more productive, have a better relationship, and all kinds of things. And I definitely have used a lot of that to my advantage when I can. And anyway, we can only control as much as our own, our own behavior, our own actions, and our own environment, but can't can't force other people to behave or act in any kind of ways. They have to want to be better themselves. So anyhow, I'm gonna go finish eating my mango because it's been sitting here for quite a while, and I just thought I would do this live thing to see if I could do it because I've never really done. I think I did one once a long time ago, but it was on Hangout. I've never done one of these live streams on YouTube itself, so this was pretty cool. So yeah, I don't know if you guys can leave messages on this yet, but I'm sure I will figure it out after I'm off of there and it's saved on my channel or whatever. So yeah, I will be making videos soon, hopefully, and blessed be. Bye.